It's Anna of Green Gables.
Yeah, come now.
Look, Lee, it's a study in white. White shirt against white house.
White gum.
Okay,
White skin.
I'll get a little gander over at the corn. Two girls from the rice in front of the corn.
Let's go. We can already be down in that.
1856 is when our family bought this land. Now the KOA's got it. Color windows. There's the old barn. Elderly high-rise. Wait, let me swing all the way around. Okay.
Fast forward, huh?
Say what?
You did fast forward, huh?
Okay, that's mean.
I'm pretty sure. I fast forwarded, huh, Anna? Did.
All the way to the end? Okay, wait for Anna.
She's right there.
Ready?
The grass.
Set.
We were running down the hill. I lost Anna. There she is. Run up the hill. I would say they were going to run off their kumla, except they didn't have any. Are your joints hurting you, Kate? This seems to be the gathering where the joints
It's too
hurt.
hot right now.
I know it is hot. Anna? Alright. Is Uncle Art in front of the barn? There's a pretty view. The hill. Were you and Aunt Hazel trading live soap recipes? Okay.
Talking about the shanty.
Okay. Does Aunt Hazel remember?
Thin side on the camera.
See, you know, we had a tank down here, and we had a horse that we could ride. And we'd come in riding and just riding in, and then we had a tank where they went and got a drink of water. And they went, we stayed on, we rode bareback, just with the thing. And we'd come over, get a drink of water, and boy, we held our head down. So our head we wouldn't have been beheaded, because that horse wanted to get in and eat.
Hey, Aunt Hazel, was that Giso?
Yeah, that was Lisa.
That was the one. He was the one that knew the trick, like to run the barn and knock you off.
That's what she was just talking about.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
But you had to hold your head down.
He was smart.
Because he would run into here. Right here.
But you see, they
So look. Well, what about Grandma? A mom being afraid of the dark when she came in from her days?
yeah, your mom was so. It was usually late at night, and she wanted to put her hair up. So she woke me up to come down and sit while she put her hair up.
What would she use to put her hair up?
Bobby pins. Well, and you know, we had the sink there, and that's where we had a pump. And then we had a big mirror, and there was a mirror behind on the cupboard so you could see through behind. Anyway.
This was not in the kitchen. This was on the north room.
North room.
It's the same room Mama Amber's having.
That was
Look
a
at
wood
mine.
floor, and that was hard. Then we got a linoleum in the kitchen. That was easy.
They had the real linoleum.
That's the real linoleum. Had it.
Now they make it out of vinyl.
What was it? What did it used to be made of?
Linoleum was the junk it was made out of. It's that crumbly stuff.
But the north room was wood, and oh, I'll tell you, it was. But we did have a refrigerator. And that was very unusual. But
No
when they,
basement. Did you have a basement in there?
yeah, it was a cellar. And down there, Mama canned everything, hundreds of quarts, of, 2 quarts of everything because we were a big family, 6 kids. And all, you know, peaches and pears and big cherries. And then we made, churned our butter, sat there. Your mother asked your mom how she liked to do that. It took hours. We'd have this big barrel, which, you know, you turn it
Oh,
around.
Claudia wants to be in there.
So we'd sort of take turns. And it was cream that Papa had, you know, from the cows. And then we had a separator that separated the cream from the milk. And then we kept that in big cans down in the, by the tank where the horses ran. We had another thing we had a well water, ice cold. And that's where we kept the cans. And once a week we took it to the creamery and got water from them. But
We exchange it. We'd make the butter out of the cream. How does the separator work? The cream would be
well,
at the top.
you've
and
never
milk
seen
would
a
be at the bottom?
separator? We even took one to Madagascar and used it. Oh, there's a big thing, and then you have two sort of nozzle things. And the cream comes out of the one, which is much less than the milk. And part of it, we drank the milk. We never pasteurized it because we used everything clean. And, oh no, we just drank
Around the
it.
cow, through the separator, and into the cooler, that you put down in the room, and then drink.
And Hazel, do you remember if y'all changed the water for taking the bath? Claudia and I try to get to the bottom of this little
I want to
question.
know about this bathing rig thing.
Yeah, who got the last bath?
Was it a fight over who had to be last and who got to be first?
Well, I'll tell you who. Well, you know, I'll tell you something. Harold and Selma were gone. See, Selma was 15 years old when I was born, so I really never knew her at home. She went to LBI, Lutheran Bible Institute in Minneapolis, and worked as a maid. And Harold was.
Did she go to the Bible Institute or did she just go work?
She went up there to LBI
To go to school?
to go to Bible school, and then when you went up there to go to Bible school, there were people that wanted a maid in their home.
Oh, it's a...
So she did that, and then she could go. But Harold, too, was really gone, as far as I remember. Gaylord was at home. But anyway, your mom came home, you know, late at night, and the bed was cold upstairs, ice cold, freezing, no heat. But I'd warm up the bed, and while she'd pinch me, and while I jumped over, she crawled in. She doesn't like that story.
Well, was that story... You have to back up because we're getting you for is it posterity or prosperity?
Oh, you're kidding.
But what's that story Aunt Myrtle was saying about that Mom would go read another chapter of her book while y'all were washing dishes?
Oh, always. Your mom was a bookworm. And then she always said, just one more page.
And she'd read the whole thing?
Yes. And we just got tired of reading it. But you know,
But that you'd be washing the dishes while she was doing that?
no, she would read this one more page. Well, and then you know, we did them on the table. We had 2 basins.
Uh-huh.
One was for washing, one was for rinsing. We took them out, put them on a draining board.
What was Grandma Henderson doing when y'all were doing the washing?
Oh, kid, can't you imagine what she was doing? Clearing the table. Can you imagine all those people eating?
All the time?
And and no running water.
Where'd you get the water from?
Well, we had a pump outside by the, which was rainwater, which was wonderful. We used for our hair. It was soft. Otherwise, we went to the
Skunk
the well
River? Oh.
down by the barn to get our drinking water in a pail, brought it up, and then we had a dipper. And remember, we all drank out of that dipper.
Even like people who came over to,
Well, just our family.
just the family, so not just any old person off the street.
Well, it was just there all the time if you were thirsty. It didn't stay that cold. You just came in and took the dipper and drank and put
Stuck it back in.
And that
No
sounded
wonder.
good.
Your mom says that Grandma Henderson didn't like to drink water. And why? I hadn't thought about that.
But it was well water. It was good water. The pump was soft water, you know. But then, just think, for washing clothes, we had this shanty, and we had a little old stove. And Papa went out early in the morning and got the fire going, and then put a big boiler on up there, on top of it to heat the water. And then we did have a washing machine with a wringer on. That's how your mom got her.
Got her arm caught in the ring.
We were one of the first few. But then I told you she was taking care of this lady that lived up on the hill, and she'd bring all these clothes home, and in the afternoon then we'd hang them up on the line down on the front. And your mom was out there, and her arm got in the wringer, and I heard her calling, so I ran in there, and she said, "Go and get Mama." You know, she had caught her arm in there, and it was just going round and round. And I said, "Don't worry, Margaret, she'll be up in a little while." So it just kept on going. But I didn't know how to release the wringer. So,
And then didn't you run off and hide and leave Mom to be ground
yes.
in the ringer?
And then
But
she
you
came.
must have been little. You must have been around 4.
I was small. And then, of course, they didn't set the arm, but she was in a sling. That was Dr. Harum that my mother had worked for. See, my mother went to work very early, like 13 years old. So she only went to just 4th grade or something. Just think of all she learned, and you could read. Remember her letter, beautiful handwriting, her spelling. She never went to school because she had to go to work. She came in and made money for the family. They lived out in the country, and she worked for Dr. Harum, but she also learned a lot there because she was the cook, the maid, took care of the children, helped the doctor.
That's before she met Grandpa. I think Aunt Colleen has coffee. Should I take a little quick tour of the barn?
That's cool. That was Aunt Hazel told me that's where the horses are kept.
Yeah, you see that. This was the horse barn.
You can see where they've gnawed on the wood.
Oh, it's just... You know, that's why I think memories are so great, because things just...
Little table there.
Look at those barn swallows.
Alright, the family barn. There's Lily. Ouch. No, I'm gonna go take a peek inside.
Right.
Old horseshoes.
Look, come get a close up of this bottle.
Something that we
It
don't
still
know.
has stuff in it. You see that stuff shaking around?
Yeah. There's a loft with stairs.
Can I go up it?
Lee and I went up to about 3 steps. Don't go any more than that. The window. It's been fun to sleep up here when this was in good shape.
A wrench.
Magazine clippings. Presidents of the United States. All the way up to John F. Kennedy.
That's funny. All the old tools that are just sitting here. I wish I could... Look at that. Looks like a
Pipes.
bubble one. Looks like a bubble wand.
Whoa, that's in our science book.
What?
That tree.
It's just really cool. There's other ones though too, so we're gonna go look at those. Wanna go to the other side, girls? Did you go in there? Is it an outhouse?
No, it probably used to be, but not anymore.
But it did, because look, is that a hole, like this, like covered up the holes maybe?
Yeah.
Anna, move.
No, don't, oh.
Let's open it.
Yep, I think it was an outhouse. This was the outhouse.
Move, Anna.
It's not. It used to be. Just a big hole in the ground. It used to be that house.
So it was probably an outhouse, huh? And here is the barn. This is so cool. Oh, sorry. It's a big red barn. There's another loft in this one, but it's kind of coming down. Old wagon.
Never mind, it's not better.
I don't know. I don't trust it, Lee. I don't even trust. I'm not on that.
No, not this. I'm not gonna
I'm gonna go to the other side. Did you see the other side? And there's sleds and stuff. Here's the other side.
It's a sled on a sled.
A sled.
Two sleds.
Two sleds. That's right.
Where's the jump for the horses?
A toboggan? Is that a toboggan?
Where?
The little one.
Those are the horse stuff that I saw.
Yeah. What's written there? You know what? It's the other side. Another sled.
Another sled over there. It's not a sled.
And a horse carriage.
Cool. There's something. I'm thinking over at this side.
Anna, unstick it. It's stuck.
Can't. No, there's something on it.
Old horse carriage.
Yes,
That is
it
so
is.
cool. Big tractor wheels. Neat. Really neat. Year 67. Ooh, it's white. It's so pretty. This little tiny door is a duck to go in. This one is I can use night vision.
Use night vision and then regular vision.
I have it on regular. You can see pretty well. It's just kind of empty space.
Oh, that's kind of good back there. There's a hole in the ground.
Simpson is floating. What's in there? Is it safe?
Oh, over there.
Careful of the holes. I can't really see.
We need a light.
Night
Do
vision?
night vision.
Okay.
Which place is it?
You see it? Huh, that's cool.
Oh,
Huh.
pitchfork.
Corn over there. More farm stuff. This is a littler one. Ooh, neat
Bike.
one. Ooh, an old bike. Cool. That's pretty.
Whoa!